And welcome back to 5150 Adventures. And in today's video, I get to work on my own stuff. The Denali threw a code, and now we need to get it fixed. Welcome back, guys. Here's what's been going on. Earlier this week, I was driving the truck to work, and it threw a code. Well, the code was for the throttle valve out of variance, and I can't remember the exact code number. I will pull it up here in just a minute and show you what exact code it was and what my research had found. Now, there's two ways to do this. We could replace the valve or clean the valve. Well, I've never had any good luck of cleaning the valve, so I'm just going to replace it. Now, it is the throttle body for this engine, and what that entails is taking the air cleaner out and getting to the throttle, which is right about, you can't see where my finger is, but it's literally right here. So what we will do is we will take the air cleaner out, gain access to it, and then I will show you to the next step. But first, we're going to grab my scanner before we get too far here, and I'm going to show you guys what the code is and where we need to head with the diagnostics of it. I did try regenning it, and not because of not because it was going to fix anything, more because driving it 2 days with that like that created a problem where it needed to regen. So I did that, and that took 4 hours. And according to what I've been reading, if you regen it with that valve bad, it will take twice as long as usual, due to the fact that it's not getting proper readings. So if it's meant to be like half open and it's already stuck beyond that or stuck below that, it won't give it right airflow. So let me plug into this and I'll show you guys what we got. Alrighty, guys, so here we are. We're getting hooked up to the scanner, and it's gonna do its own little thing really quick. Not a big deal. But one thing I need to remind you is I've required this stuff. This might not be something for you at home, but you could go to O'Reilly's or to AutoZone and have the codes read, look them up, find what you need to do to diagnose it, and go from there. Just, if you are a DIY person and you're in the mechanics field, one of these would be perfect for you to do your own diagnostics. So here we go. We're going to hit OK, and then we're going to look at the codes, which should be popping up any minute now. I'm going to pre-scan, and now it's going to go through its thing. So now I got a fuel pressure rail performance, fuel cutoff. I've had that one before. I know what that entails for me to fix. Not a big deal, but this is the airflow position sensor exceeded limit is what it is. So, and then the other code that I had was for the airflow valve position. So your position sensor and your throttle body kind of go hand in hand. So I'm not going to clear those codes yet. I am actually going to turn the key off, disconnect both batteries. Here we are. We've got to the first step, and that is remove your grounds. Now, I tuck mine up so that they don't spark out an arc or reground, and then it could potentially have you create a problem with your ECM. So I also tucked this one, disconnected it, tucked it back up in here. So our next round of issues is we're going to unhook the map sensor. So you slide this little red lock back, you push down, and you pull it out. Then that I'll just let sit right over here out of the way as well. So how I do the next step is I will remove the bolts for the intake filter, and then I will undo one of these hose clamps so I could pop just this section out, and then I'll come over here and work on the next section. That way I'm not having one big bulky piece. So I'm going to work on that, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like so that you can see the access for the throttle plate. Alrighty, so as you can tell, I have the air filter, the intake tube, and the intake all out of here. So right here is your throttle plate, and what ends up happening is this likes to get gunked up, they say. So the EGR comes in from over here into here, and it creates like a vortex in there, and the backside of that plate gets dirty. And this is what that looks like right here. And it opens and closes like this. So this backside here will get clogged up, and also will get clogged up against either here or here, and not allow that flap to either close all the way or even open all the way. So the fix for it is either clean it or replace it. Well, it's not a very, I mean, it is expensive. It's like 200 bucks almost, but I would rather have it new and know it works than clean it and then have to do this all again. So what we'll end up doing is removing this clip here, this plug, open that up. We will undo this bolt, and then on this there is a ring that you undo, and then this whole piece will slide off. The other thing is once we do that, there'll be a bolt here directly down from there, and then there's also one like down in there. So as you can tell, there's like 4 of them. So this is sitting in there just like this. That pipe is actually blocking this one, and this one. This one you can get.
Palm trees swaying with the ocean as my guide. Top down riding, let the West Coast vibes collide. Corner store stops, grab a drink, it's all good.
Alrighty guys, as you've seen in the time lapse, I have been hard at it and we got it out. So the one thing I like to do is I like to stuff a rag down in here, just for the fact that we do not want to get anything in there. And if I pull it out, when I pull it out, I'm going to pull it out fast enough that everything will fall out anyways. So I got it out, and it don't look that bad. It's actually fairly clean, which means that the motor itself could be gone out, or the position sensor inside there, which is internal, could be broken. Now, this is the used one. This is the one that came off. It's not really all that bad. A little bit of oil drippage right there. Yeah, a little bit of oil drippage right there, but nothing major. This looks like it's pretty well all okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the gasket put on to the new throttle body, get the throttle body on.
Palm trees swaying with the ocean as my guide. Top down riding, let the West Coast vibes collide. Corner store stops, grab a drink, it's all good.
Alrighty guys, well, here we are a few moments later, which has been a few moments for you, about 30 minutes, 45 minutes for me. I have the new piece installed. We're going to connect the connector, and there we go. So I used the genuine GM part through AcDelco. I prefer using factory parts if and when available. Everybody's budget's a little bit different. I'm not gonna go into detail on that. I think you should work on your equipment the best to your ability and also best to your budget. Don't go blow extra money if you can afford it, but if you can, try to get the original equipment parts because most of the time they last longer and that's what they came with, so why not put it back on. Now that part right there has lasted, as far as I know, 230,000 miles, so maybe this one will last another 230,000. We've had this truck for 3 years and the only thing I've had to do to it is change one injector. Not gonna complain about that. We're going to be putting new tires on it and everything like that, but you know, oil changes, that's normal, but like major work, one injector and now the throttle valve. So I want to get into depth on how this intake tube actually comes apart because I thought it was going to be more like the Ford ones that have the metal clip that goes around, and I was wrong. It actually has a plastic ring that twists, and what I mean by that is this ring right here, you turn it towards the when you're looking at it from the top, and this being the top, you turn it towards the passenger side, it opens it, and then to the driver's side, it closes it. So it allows it to be able to be pretty easy to come off. Honestly, once I turned it that distance, I've had a screwdriver between the throttle plate and the intake pipe, and I just went dink, and it popped right open. So it is very simple and easy. Thank you, GM, for making that simple. Although you can never go wrong with the hose clamps and an actual hose, but this is an ingenious way to do it as well. I'm going to move on to getting everything else put back together so that we can pull it out and maybe do a regen tonight. Alrighty, so I have got the whole engine put back together. It has started doing its own relearning since I hooked the batteries back up. So the next step is we're going to try to get her to regen. It should take about 45 minutes. Hopefully it will regen and fix itself, but I got to clear the codes first and then put it through its paces. So I will show you how to do that next once I get the truck started and pulled outside. Alrighty, so I have got the code to clear and I haven't even hooked up to it, but that could be because I have disconnected the battery. I'll go and clear all this nonsense out of the way. And it shows emissions, see owner's manual, and it's going to show 20 miles to 65 mile an hour max. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go into here. I'm going to get it to auto do its thing. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go to code scan. I'm going to do a post scan. I'm going to see what pulls up. Oh, see, all the engine codes are gone, which I kind of expected that. Only thing I have is an amplifier code. I could deal with that. I'm going to back out of that. I'm going to clear all just to make sure it's all good. I'm going to hit continue just to double check that everything was cleared. I'm going to hit OK. Then I'm going to go to engine. I'm going to go down to functional tests. I want to do a so I'm going to shut my AC off because that's one of the things it calls for. Release control on. Now, mind you, from the time I got home till I started this and everything, I was still above 100 degrees. Like, it runs at 210 usually. It is now between, I'd say, 150 and 210. So I would say it is a fairly quick job, and it wasn't all that hot in there. So I'm gonna let it do its thing. We'll come back, we'll see what it does, and hopefully we will have some problems fixed. Now, while the truck does a regen, there's a couple things I wanted to show you on tools that you will need. With that being said, they are simple tools. I brought extra ones home just in case I needed more. 90% of that truck is metric because of its age, but I will show you. So I used a small 1/4-inch drive extension, a 13mm socket, a long 10mm shallow with a long extension, 1/4-inch drive, and a 1/4-inch ratchet. I used a 1/4-inch screwdriver with an 8mm socket short, a pocket screwdriver, and a regular flathead screwdriver. I have Blue Pont stuff right here. I did bring extras here as well. A rag so that you could plug that intake, and then obviously if this was the new one, it would be the new one with the gasket. This is the old one, gasket fell, got it picked up through the trash. It is very simple tools that you need. This kit you could probably buy at Harbor Freight or even at your local parts store, fairly cheap. Alrighty guys, went on a test drive, brought it back so I could cool the truck down, and 0 codes. The only reason that is on is the check engine light on is there is because of the fact that the engine is off. You turn it on, it goes away, and everything is back to normal. So, one thing I need to say is when you do the repair, you need to cycle the key about a dozen times. Then it's going to prompt you to further action required, and then it'll ask you to open and then close the driver's side window, and then it clears the emission code that says like service emissions X amount of miles till 65 miles an hour. You do that, fixes the problem. I got it fixed. We're ready to roll down the road. I can hook this thing to a trailer and boogie down the road and have no problems now. So I am excited that we got it fixed. An hour and a half, 2 hours worth of work. So if you have any questions, comment below. Alrighty guys, it is the next day, and I wanted to say that doing the closeout on this video for this reason, because I wanted to make sure that the codes and everything was fixed so that we wouldn't have no problems, so I wouldn't have to dig back into it. We are running good, thank goodness, because I did not want to have to take it to GM and have them work on it. It saved me a lot of money, a lot of time, and we did it ourselves so money could go towards other projects. And with that being said, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoy it. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share, do all of that stuff so that people like you can get this content. Or if you're having troubles with your Duramax, hopefully this will help you if the code is the same. That code was actually a p122d, and we had repaired it by changing the throttle body, fixed the problem, and now we can move on and continue our day-to-day. Thank you guys. Hope you have a good one.